Flanky Flanky.
Hey folks, it's Flanky from Old Tank Guys Discord, and today we're going to talk about cheaters. So unless you've been living under a rock, you're probably aware that War Thunder has a little problem with people using cheating software. Now, to my mind, cheating in a PvP game is much akin to public masturbation. It's really only fun for the one doing it, and the rest of us are like,
Jesus Christ!
No, I'm sorry.
Get the hell away from me!
It's not sexual.
whatever deep-seated psychological issues cause people to engage in this abhorrent behavior, the fact is this is how these losers get the dopamine to fuel their sense of self-worth. Now, the good news is some Chinese guy set fire to the whole thing by publicly posting the source code for much of this software, thereby forcing or enabling Gaijin to take action. And take action they did. Tens of thousands of jerk-offs got their accounts deleted, and that's all well and good. But if you think they all gave up and left, you're wrong.
I do not accept this!
Accept that.
Most of them are already back in game with a fresh account, and what was once mainly a top-tier issue is now to be found at every BR as these pudwhackers cheat their way back up the trees. The OTG crew ran into one of these last week, and I thought it would be a good idea to share our experience. The idea here, aside from a good chuckle at how comically bad this guy was, is to show those who don't know how all this works, and what to do if you think someone is cheating in War Thunder.
Got 2 on A.
Yeah, that's bullshit. First off, don't jump on the chat and start screaming cheater, cheater, penis beater. This is a bad idea for a couple of reasons. First, you may be mistaken. Weird stuff happens in video games, and War Thunder is certainly no exception. Before you call anyone a cheater, go back and watch the replay from their view. Be damn sure you're right before you slander some rando. And second, just as importantly, don't give a cheater real-time feedback that what they're doing is noticed. Once someone calls them out, they know to modify their playstyle to be less detectable. The more obvious their cheating is, the better. It's easier for others to notice, and most importantly, it's easier for a mod to notice if they watch the replay. So what should you do? Save the replay and note the player's name. Check out their player card. There's a lot of information there to clue you into what kind of player they are. How old's the account? How much have they played? What vehicles do they do best with? All this information is important. You can also use the complain button to flag them for a moderator to look at. More on that later. If they're in a squad, go check out that squad page. There's a lot of information there too. Believe it or not, there are squads that specialize in cheating. They're easily identifiable by the Chinese names. Now, I'm not saying all Chinese are cheaters. I'm just saying all cheaters are Chinese. Fight me. Next, use the Streams and Replay engine to look them up by player tag. Click the box for Find Games with your participation to filter the list down to the game in question. Watch that game through their eyes. Here's where you find out if you're right or just mistaken. So what exactly are you looking for? Well, to understand that, you have to understand how this type of software works. What it can do and what it can't do. Let's start there. Disclaimer. I'm just an old redneck with zero hacking skills. Hell, I can barely work my DVR, but I can work the Google machine, and this is what I found out. First off, what a hack program can't do. It can't alter the physics of the game. It can't make a tank invisible, increase its armor, make it shoot through things it can't, make it reload or drive faster, etc. It can't alter the physics of the world or the vehicle model. What it can do is capture data from the game program and allow the cheater to use this to his advantage. This comes in 2 main flavors, ESP and aimbot. Now, ESP is the ability to know exactly where everyone is on a map. Usually a marker and distance display, but it can also get fancy and show how an enemy is facing, ID the vehicle, alert you if they're aiming or pointing at you, etc. Aimbot is exactly what it sounds like. It lets the cheater lock onto an enemy and renders the center mass firing solution automatically. Some have a lead function, penetration indicators, etc. Now, if you dig around on Reddit, you'll find people talking about rare exploits that render your components invincible or your tank invisible or etc. I can't verify any of this, and I tend to believe that this is mainly just glitches in the game or the replay engine. But like I said, I'm just a redneck. I'm not a computer hacker. So now that we have an idea of what these cheat programs do, we have a good idea of what to look for in a suspicious player's replay. They seem to know where everyone is from the very start of the game. You'll see them orient their view towards enemies they can't possibly see. You'll see them tracking enemies through terrain, trees, and buildings that block their view. You'll see them snap their binoculars at opponents through these obstacles a lot. That's them trying to engage their aimbot. You'll see them shoot and kill enemies they have no line of sight to. Because they have no line of sight, you'll see them screw up and shoot at players that are definitely behind hills or obstacles. They tend to camp mostly, and you'll have to use derp guns to make over-the-horizon shots, or darts to make super long-range shots through brush. Just as importantly is what you don't see them do. You don't see them scan for targets. They already know where everything is. You'll see them go from target to target to target. You won't see them use a rangefinder. They've got an aimbot for that. They simply don't need it. Okay, so you've watched a replay and even watched a couple others you weren't in. You're pretty certain he's a damn dirty cheater. What now? Well, first of all, use the complain button we talked about earlier and report him. Select the bot automation of gameplay option from the drop menu. Type a message to the mods that you've watched multiple replays and he is blatantly using ESP aimbot. Be respectful and patient. I imagine there's like 2 guys at Gaijin trying to wade through all these reports. Volume might help as Gaijin sends you an automated nastygram whenever 10 or more players complain about you for any reason in a given amount of time. Don't ask me how I know this. But I'm guessing it sends a flag to the mods as well. Spread the information by posting this jackoff's name in your Discord groups and other related media. Do what you can to dogpile that monkey spanker in reports. With a bit of luck, they might get banned. On that note, another great resource for naming, shaming, and general education is WTCS on YouTube. This is a great channel, dedicated to exposing these wankers and getting them banned. I'll put a link in the description, so please go check it out. Not only is it entertaining, this guy has been fighting the good fight solo for longer than I've been playing the game, and he's responsible for getting more cheaters booted than anyone else in the community. Well, aside from that Chinese mole that dumped code. If you care about the problem, go give him some traffic. He deserves it, and it can only help the cause. His channel can give you a lot more info on how to spot them, track them, etc. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and got a good chuckle out of old Man Thong here. Be aware, these guys are out there, and if you find one, be sure to do your best to make them famous. On that note, do me a solid and report this wanker. Let's do a little experiment and see if we can't get him banned through mass reporting. And as always, if you're an older player, don't hesitate to come check us out here at Old Tank Guys. Link in the description. Old Tank Guys, stay off the lawn.